This is going to be a pain. Oh dear. Who's this wonderful chap?
Greetings.
I just want to chop off your tail. And hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls. In the last episode, we beat the Bell Gargoyles. In this episode, we're going to go and explore down here. Hopefully not die this episode, because I noticed that I've died the past few episodes, basically once every episode, at least. Not ideal. First couple episodes I didn't die, but if I die in the tutorial I might just have not done this playthrough. Well, we're going down here now. That means we've got to fight this guy. Another guy who I'm pretty sure is rather resistant to pierce weapons, but what can you do? I like making this hard for myself. Yeah, look. That's not that bad, actually. I thought I'd do way less damage. Yeah, this is one of those enemies you kind of just want to hug his butt. Also, dodge that. That does a lot of health. Yeah, this guy does a lot of damage. Apart from his tail swipes, they don't do much. This is probably going to take time. Uh-oh. That was a good dodge by me. Shields don't do much against this guy. You want to be careful, the hitbox on that attack is insane. Also, if you like hug his chest like that, you can actually kind of avoid a lot of his strikes. Although, ideally you kind of want to be behind him. Although he does have a habit of... Oh yeah, that has really long range. He's a weird looking thing, to say the least. I kind of like the designs of most of the enemies in this game, though. They are like weirdish looking. That's coming off like Demon Souls, though. They're a bit more normal, a bit more fantasy-esque. From what I've seen, I only played a bit of Demon Souls, if I'm honest. I don't have a PS3, unfortunately. But hoping it comes out on like PlayStation 4 or something at some point. But that's beside the point. Yeah, luckily this guy is slow and hulking, so it takes him a while to actually turn around. Unfortunately, I don't want him against the wall like that. But if you get too far away, he'll start doing his ranged attacks. Which aren't fun. But I want to try and get him away from this wall. Yeah, luckily most of his attacks go like on a swing up sideways, so if you lure him to these stairs, I guess that it'd be a viable strategy. Well, he has just fallen down. Oh, that's not that bad. I thought like that would take all your stamina in one go. Oh jeez, I thought he was doing his jump attack, but that's a bit too fast to be his jump attack. Yeah, this is taking ages. Luckily, if you didn't already guess, this is one of those non-respawning enemies. Also, I think he's stuck. I think you can hear him, like, breathing. Like, really weirdly. Yeah, just listen. Yeah, him moving sounds like stone moving. Luckily, he got stuck like that, so I could actually show that. That's interesting. And the reason for that is... Demon Titanite. Special Titanite stolen from a faceless stone beast known as a Titanite demon. When the nameless blacksmith deity passed from several slabs giant beasts arose. The power of the Titanite remains within them, and they still roam Lordran today. So yeah, basically it's like possessed Titanite that came to life when a god died. Weird. Also why people let them just roam around in the middle of Lordran, I don't know. Maybe they came here long after everything went down. But speaking of which, speaking of weird enemies, these guys like tree men things. What are they? Like living roots, I guess? Kind of weird. But here we are in Darkroot Garden. Now I'm going to make note of this right off the bat. And oh, first I've got to kill this guy. Yeah, be aware that these guys have, yeah, long range attacks. Like that. And these guys also do a lot of damage early in the game. So also be aware that they are rather deadly. I know this way exists, I just want to make sure. I'm not going this way yet, and you probably shouldn't either unless you've got a master key or something. And we're not going to be able to get everything done in this area. But we're going to be able to get at least one boss done, which is why I'm coming here now. Now anyway, you'll see that there's one coming this way. And we're going to try and get him over here. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh yeah, that's an annoying attack. Oh yeah, when they do that, that's a grab attack. So be aware of not to be anywhere near them when they do that, because they start not gnawing on your head. Also, yep, there's a guy that pops out of the ground and ambushes you. So be aware of those. Yeah, what exactly are these things? I never really paid too much mind. They're like weird root golem things that have just been overgrown, it looks like. Yeah, or just living plants. I don't really know. Honestly, it's never something I looked too deep into as to what these were. But they are dropping moss, which is useful. Purple moss reduces poison. Blooming purple moss reduces poison and toxin. Obviously, a little bit earlier, we got poisoned by rats. Yeah, poison is a thing in this game. It's one of the other status. I never know which one's the right way to say it. I always get that one mixed up. I think it's status. Ailments. Status. I don't know. But either way, it's one of those. It's one of those things. I'm not going to say the word again. And basically, obviously, it slowly reduces your health over time. There's also bleed. There's poison, bleed, toxic, and curse. And toxic is basically really fast poison, and you probably don't want to get toxic ever. What's this say? Let me read it. Oh yeah, I should have made mention. I just kind of did it without thinking. But yeah, there's a hidden bonfire here in it. Hidden wall. There's like illusionary walls in this game, then if you hit them, they disappear. I just kind of did it without thinking, because I've gone through this game so many times. Oh dear. Yeah, sorry about that. But it's at the bonfire. We're like a tiny bit off leveling up, so I'll just quickly go back and see if I can get enough souls to level up. Might as well use them all up, so that there's nothing to lose upon death. Because I actually, not gonna lie, I wouldn't be surprised if I die on this bit. I always struggle with this bit early in the game. Yeah, this should be enough souls already, but that's just in case. Poke. Pokey poke. And some more moss. The blood red moss cures, well, reduces bleed build-up. Bleed is different from poison because in this game it basically does like a giant percentage of your health if the bleed goes full. So there's no point in curing bleed because all it does is do a big chunk of health if the bar fills up. So it only reduces the build-up, so the bleed curing moss isn't really that useful, whereas the poison and toxic moss can actually just cure it once it's on because it stays on you for like... It's weird. It's not consistent. Depending on what causes poison or toxic on you, and also what causes bleed on you, will depend on how long it lasts, how much damage. Like, bleed, sometimes it does a third, sometimes it does a half of your health. It's really weird. And then sometimes poison lasts for like 10 minutes, sometimes it lasts for like 3 minutes, sometimes it lasts for like 30 seconds. There's a variety of different sources that give poison for different amounts of time, so different amounts of damage. And the same with toxic, although there's way less sources of toxic. And I kind of forgot to breathe there. And before I do this, I'm going to take a drink. Because this is fun. And by fun, I mean pain. Once you take this item, these guys will all hop out. And they'll be aggressive. And they'll be aggressive every time you run past here. So if you so happen to die, you'll have to deal with these guys every time you run past this area. Not fun, but I'm intending on getting everything I can. Yeah, it's annoying because they all abuse their long-range attacks in this short corridor. So I'm just going to back off. Jump attack. That was a terrible idea. Mainly because the camera spazzed out and I couldn't see a thing. Okay. Oh, it's not even close. The recovery on that move is way too long. And then you roll off the edge. Uh-oh. This is where things get problematic. There we go. I want to back off because otherwise I'm going to run out of stamina. Ugh. Yeah, these plant things, as I said, are extremely annoying early in the game. Oh, I'm going to get like a double hit. I was lucky. They both did like a really long recovery attack at the same time. Yeah, normally I do slightly better at that encounter. I'm probably not going to kindle that bonfire. I might. If I keep dying. Hopefully I won't die though. I'm going to go through here. And you want to kind of tread carefully because there are enemies in this area that aren't active. There's a lot of those plants hiding in the ground. that they won't pop up until you go near them, like here. And there's also these weird suits of armor on the floor. They'll get up if you're not careful. Also, I should try and show this. If you do a jump attack... Oh, I'm going to try and trigger it. If you do a jump attack or an attack that hits, like, directly on the ground, you can sometimes kill the plants while they're already in the ground. I'm not sure if the escort can do it. Yeah, I'm not sure it can. But some attacks that, like, go straight into the ground, oh, that didn't even hit him, can actually just kill the plants before they even stand up. Maybe if I just do the... Yeah, that... Oh, that did actually damage him. Yeah. See? Attacks that hit inside the ground could damage them. So that's useful to know. So I'm going to come over here. And you'll see, if you look carefully enough, that there's an enemy on that tree. These things do poison. There's only like 1 or 2 of them in the whole game. And I don't think they respawn. But yeah, be careful. They're like vine, snake, lizard things. And we came down here because it's a partisan, which is a weapon I might end up using. I'm not entirely sure yet. There's a few weapons I want to use. Originally I was going to do like 4 weapons this playthrough, just to vary it up. But seeing as it's going to take me a long while to get my second weapon of choice, I might just use the partisan just to change it up, because using the S-stock only is a bit boring. But whatever. You may notice... Yeah, by the way, that pathway is a bit hidden. Just make mention of that. Be aware of it. That's why I kind of went down there. But this tree is a bit weird. And by weird, I mean it's a completely fake tree. I don't think these respawn, if I'm honest. But they're meant to kind of trick you into thinking that there's like nothing behind here, when in fact... And also it like melts when you kill it, which is really... Yeah, they're one of the more creepy enemies in this game. Oh, and something that's interesting about them is they actually have an unused attack animation. So at some point in development, they actually were going to actively attack you with the vines from the top of the tree. But obviously, it wouldn't make a very effective disguise if they were actually attacking you. So they probably got rid of it. Also, be aware, yeah, they actually do move. This one will actually move, and it's really weird. For some reason, these enemies just creep me out. Things that move that shouldn't move kind of creep me out. Yeah, look at that. For some reason, that really just... It unnerves me. It's a tree that's moving. And all its roots, like, writhing around. Ugh. Ugh. For me, this is like the creepiest enemy in the game, and that's kind of funny, considering there's way worse. Poke. Poke. There we go. But yeah, they don't respawn, they don't give you much souls, so whatever. Not really worth my time. But we can't really get past them without killing them. Now this whole hidden area, there's a reason to come back here, which hopefully I'll get to. Oh, I've triggered him. He's popped up. Now you want to be aware of these guys. Not only are they insanely strong, not only do they have insane defense, but they also have an attack that is extremely annoying. Which he might show, he might not. Yep, there it is. Basically that means now the further away you get from him, I think, the slower you move, or you just move slow in general. One of the two. And it's extremely annoying because you can't actually roll in this state, which is insanely annoying. Eventually it wears off though. And you can actually get their weapon for use yourself. And you can actually do that move. Also that move is actually a spell that works slightly differently when it's in spell form. It's a pretty cool weapon actually. If you get a hold of that weapon. I'm not sure if they drop it or if you pick it up from somewhere. But it's actually pretty cool. These guys are also a decent way to farm souls early in the game. They get like 600 and they keep respawning. Yeah, annoyingly enough, those guys actually respawn. They're quite powerful enemies. But to be fair, this area is something you can do kind of any point in the game. Also, I should probably heal. Yeah, these guys pop out from down there. The weird frog lizard things. I'm going to try jump attacking him. It's annoying to not be able to one-shot most of the things in the game at this stage. But hopefully we'll remedy that soon. Oh wow, yeah. It's annoying to have to use a thrusting sword because they often miss. Luckily, these guys don't really do much to guard break you. So, not really much of a problem. Poke. Poke. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that actually, because if that guy attacked me, I would have got guard broken, because I ran out of stamina. I'm not sure if I made mention of that, but if you're guarding when you run out of stamina, then you get guard broken and you've basically you're free to get hit. For like a good, like almost a second, I think. These guys drop Green Blossom, which is basically increases your stamina regen temporarily, which is useful a lot of. It's basically a required thing in PvP. Also, this is weird. It's like a weird little basin thing filled with water. And the water's quite loud for some reason. I don't know why. There's no flow or anything. It doesn't go anywhere. So I don't know why the water would be all loud. But whatever. There's a Soul of Proud Knight, which is a actual, like 1,000 or 2,000 souls or something. Yeah, it's 2,000 souls, I think, which is pretty good. Solid. I'll end this off in a sec, by the way. I know this is taking a long time, just running through this. I look at the timer and I'm always surprised at how long I've been recording, just because time flies when you're having fun, I guess. That's a bit of a cliche term, but it does apply. Okay. I got one of these guys again. Probably just want to circle around them. Yeah, be aware that their attacks have pretty wide arcs. I'm just going to do my best to do as much damage as possible while he's doing that, and I'll back off. I think your stamina regen seems way slower when you get hit by this as well. I think it's because it actually adds weight to you. Give me a second, check. No, it doesn't. It does that in Dark Souls 2. There's a similar spell, and I think it just outright adds weight to you. Actually, no. I might be wrong. I might be thinking of a different spell. Oh yeah, you see how much damage that guy does. It's pretty insane. But with that, we get the main reason you want to come here. The dog ring. That's the wolf ring. Let's take a look at this. One of the special rings granted to the 4 Knights of Gwyn. The wolf ring belongs to Artorias. Well, belonged to. He's probably dead at this point. To Artorias, the Abyss Walker. Artorias had an unbendable will of steel and was unmatched with a greatsword. See? He's dead. Because he was. Wait, what's that? Did I just walk off the edge? I wasn't looking. That's weird. Anyway, yeah, we got boosted poise, which means poise is a stat which is given to you by armor, and also some other things like this ring. And basically, ability to receive attacks without breaking form, it's basically like hyper armor. That means you won't get staggered by attacks. If you have 0 poise, basically anything staggers you, which you can tell would obviously be a problem. Okay, good. If you don't jump there, you can really easily fall off. Oh yeah, I think the enemy that was over there just fell off the edge. Even though I didn't rest of the bonfire, sometimes some enemies respawn. It's a bit weird. If you rezone, sometimes enemies respawn, sometimes they don't. And this is one of those areas where sometimes the enemies can respawn, I think. I'm pretty sure I didn't. That looks really nice for some reason from a distance. Look at that. I don't know why, that looks really good. You get closer, it doesn't look as good. But yeah, I think we'll end this off here for now. Join us in the next episode where we'll go through that big like clearing area and getting to a boss already. Another boss. And until then, see ya.